Alright, hey guys, it's Tim Hodges with 3D Counterstrain, and glad that we're finally here about 2.5, maybe 3 years into this project. We finally have achieved the product that we've been trying to create here now since about the middle of 2014. So it has taken us about 2.5 years, but we have a product now that works pretty much in all platforms. You can have a PC version, we've got a Mac version. These things render quite easily within the two main browsers that people use. So the Internet Explorer on the PC side, and then Safari, which I've got running here behind me. You can also run it on Firefox on either platform. Let's take a look at the website here. I got the site already pulled up, and the URL, for those of you who are unaware, is 3dcounterstrain.com. This is what you'll see if you log in. There's a series of menu items to the right in the upper right corner. If you already have an account, you can click log in. If you do not, you do need to click the sign up. On the sign up page, you're going to get a list of very typical pieces of information that we're going to collect. Keep in mind that whatever email you put here, that is the email that the account will be attached to permanently. So all of the items down here are supposed to be reflective of what you have already taken. So you cannot get access to anything here that you have not already completed a course with the Jones Institute. How do we verify this? You're going to select however many of these items that you have taken. You're going to click Add Docs. A little thing will pop up. You're going to select whatever image you have relating to your certificate from that course. So this has to be a picture with your phone or a scan with a computer of the certificate for that course. You're going to click Create an Account. After you create an account, we will on the back end have access to your documents, and we can actually approve you, and you'll get a second email. And that email will tell you that you have been approved by the administrator, and you'll have access to those courses once you log in. Then you can log back in after having access and then get a copy of the iOS. What this means is that anything that you have been approved for and have purchased on the back end of our 3D Counterstrain website will automatically be recognized by this iPhone app. The app itself is available on the Apple App Store, which you can access on your phone. So if I were to go into my phone here and I go to iTunes and I see the App Store is right there, I click on App Store, I can search. And under the search, I would just type in 3D Counterstrain. Oops, see if I can spell it right. Counterstrain. S-T-R-A-I-N. Search. And there it is. And you would actually download it. Since I already have it installed here, it doesn't say download. But I would click download right there. This is a free app. So once I've downloaded the app, I can go open it. And it'll bring it up here on my screen. And then basically without any access to individual courses, you can download this, and basically this is what you see. You just get a basic skeletal and muscular model of the human body, and you can manipulate it however you want, but there's nothing on it. On the back end of this, in the settings, I would be able to log in. Here it says log out. I'm currently logged in, but if I were to click on that before logging in, it would give me a screen, and I'll actually log in with the exact same information that I gave the website. So I'd give the same email address and the password here on the phone that I'm using on the 3D website. So this is a free Apple app. Does not do anything but show you this very basic model unless you have an account. Okay, so that's how the relationship works between these two. So let's go in. Let's go ahead and log in as if we'd already created the account and been approved, so we can see what this thing does. So we're going to go onto the main screen. I'm going to click login. This brings me to the login page. So I type in my email address, password if you want. You can click remember me, and then this thing will always let you in. You just click on sign in. So this is your main screen. Up here in the top left is a list. You can select visceral, neural lower quadrant, arterial, neural lower quadrant, or upper, excuse me, lymphatic venous. All right, and these would all activate the tender points on the model simultaneously, which is why a lot of us want this app. This is my muscle transparency adjustment tool, so I can drag this thing down. It does help to see everything when the transparency is set low. If it's set too high, you're basically only going to see the soft tissue presentations. To navigate this thing, I've got a couple of different things I can do. You guys can probably see the mouse in your lower part of your screen here, and all I'm going to really do is click once and I can move, right? And I can move this thing however I want if I hold the key down. If I wanted to slide, let's say I wanted to move in closer, this happens to have a scroll wheel, so I can scroll up and I can scroll down, and this will zoom in and out, okay? Once I've zoomed in, let's say I wanted to see something that was a little bit higher, I'm going to click once, release, and then hold. So it's a double click, hold. Let's get back out. Double click, hold, and then I can slide up and down. It's like I'm panning the camera up and down the model, okay, in detail, okay, and I can see really, really close image of all the tender point locations. So this is one of the really cool things about this app, is that I can actually see individual surfaces of the spinous processes or the rib tubercles where we have high density of tender point locations, and we can help to see how these different tender points relate to each other. Let's say I wanted to see what this was. I can highlight it. It tells me it's a postganglionic T2 sympathetic. If I'm like, okay, I understand that, but I don't remember what it is, I do one click right on the tender point, and up pops this release. Okay, it tells me exactly, you know, from a textbook standpoint, what exactly the instructions are. This is what's in your course syllabus. And then we get the nice image, and we can see exactly what we're doing here. We're going to lift the heart and lung by using the arm as a lever. Over here on the top right, you do have a muscle layer that you can toggle on and off. The nerve layer can be turned on and off. Keep in mind there are tender points on the nerve tissue itself. The skeleton can be turned on and off. Generally, we leave that one on. Let's say I just switch over here to the keyboard. Okay, I can navigate up and down by using arrows. Okay, the arrow keys will move the camera back and forth, and so we can have up, down, left, and right mobility. If I wanted to spin the model, I use the W, S, A, and D keys. So the A will spin it, the D will spin it, the S will tip it back, the W tips it forward, so that you can navigate with the keyboard as well. Generally, though, once you have positioned it, the little kind of fine-tuning of position is much easier utilizing the mouse. We've covered how to upload your certificates. We've covered how to actually navigate the whole process on the internet. There are a few things that you might need to troubleshoot. For instance, all of the browsers that are current will support this seamlessly. If your browser is not up to date, if you have like an older version, there are some things that will not render. So we use an OpenGL program to actually render all of the 3D anatomy. So if you do not have the most current version of that, you may run into some issues. So current versions of the operating system, current versions of the web browsers, Chrome is not supported, Internet Explorer is, Firefox is, and Safari is. And then in the iOS, anything that's been made within the past year or year and a half, you should have no problem with it. So I think that's it. You guys can obviously log on, give it a try, and if you have any problems, you can email us through the website at info@3dcounterstrain.com if you have questions. We will be turning on all of your accounts. A lot of you have created accounts. We want you to go on and actually upload all these certificates. So if you have an account but you have not put any certificates up, the whole system is now active. So make sure that these things are Jones Institute certificates, and we'll approve you. You'll get an email, and then you go through the whole process of purchasing. You will get a link that actually says you may now finalize your transaction by paying for the course, and that's how you're going to get access. Again, any questions, please don't hesitate to email us, info@3dcounterstrain.com. And we look forward to hearing your feedback. So thank you very much.